LeBron dips his toe in the I Hate America pool one time too many. The Kings might wind up over the salary cap. And maybe, just maybe, we have an explanation as to why the Dodgers offense puts up so many runs. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is Faithful Angelenos. It is July 13th, 2022. I am broadcasting from Chicago's O'Hare International Airport on the way to the den of despair known as Omaha, Nebraska. But whatever, we'll talk sports now, right? Hopefully this episode will make you so excited that your eyes bug out like the Chicago mayor. If you like the content we've been putting out for the last 4 months, clickety-clack the like button, clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notifications bell. Hit that. We try to put out videos between 9 and 10 a.m. every day to let you know it's there. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment. Somebody needs to make sure I'm still alive while I'm in Chicago. By the way, thank you very much to the new subscribers who joined in yesterday. Before we get to the news, we'll go through a quick look at the scoreboard. Trey Turner and Freddie Freeman each hit home runs, and former Dodger Albert Pujols decides to counter that with one of his own. Winds up being Cardinals 7, Dodgers 6. Now the Dodgers still have a 7.5 game lead in the NL West. In addition to that, the Sparks, well, Nanika Okwumike did not play. She has an illness. It's not COVID, because we assume every illness is COVID now. Sparks wind up losing to the Washington, whatever they're called, 94-81. Meanwhile, today, the Dodgers are going to play at St. Louis again at 4:45. That's Tony Gonsolin and his 11-0 record against Adam Wainwright, 6-7. And yes, it is Galaxy Game Day. Galaxy versus the San Jose Earthquakes at 7 p.m. Now, the Galaxy are 5th in the Western Conference with 27 points. San Jose is butt naked last with 19. LeBron James, after all these years, might have finally pushed too many buttons to tinker with people who love the good old US of A. He was talking about Brittany Griner being in a Russian prison on an HBO show called The Shop. And he said, quote, "How can she feel like America has her back? I would be feeling like, do I even want to go back to America?" And this set the Fox News crowd into a big tizzy. Whoops. Now understand, I'm not one of those shut up and dribble type folks, right? But what I will say is this: when you start talking politically, you inevitably are going to put your foot in your mouth and look like a damn fool. Look at our current president, look at the last president, so on and so forth. So he clarified it, he being LeBron, later Tuesday, because of course his handlers are like, dude, you don't get how much sales you lost Nike just now. Clarified it on Tuesday, saying he wasn't, quote, knocking our beautiful country, end quote. I have never seen LeBron James wrap himself in the American flag so tightly in my life, I'm telling you. He was basically saying, though, that it was more about understanding what Brittany Griner must be feeling like in a Russian prison. And I have read the Gulag, and Alexander Solzhenitsyn is probably rolling over in his grave with some of these comments, but we'll get to that at another time. This isn't a civics class. Meanwhile, Lakers fans have been clamoring, allegedly, for free agent guard Patrick Beverley to come over from Minnesota. And I'm not sure he's down with it. He chided those same fans for, quote, booing him when he was a Clipper. Somebody's a wee bit thin-skinned. Free agency starts today in the NHL. The LA Kings took care of a little business on defense. They re-signed Alex Edler to a contract. It's about $700,000. By the way, The Athletic is estimating that once the Kings are done in free agency, they're going to be over the cap by about $1.4 million. How? Damned if I know. They had $4.4 million and probably $3.7 million in space at the beginning of the day yesterday. They had a development camp for some of their younger players. Quentin Byfield told the Orange County Register he only took a week off before hitting the gym in the hopes of evolving his game, basically trying to skate with power. Also, defenseman Brant Clark, still a teenager, he hasn't been with the big club yet, doing the same. He's a former first-round pick, hoping to crack the lineup by impressing the coaching staff there. Keep you up to date on that. We've been talking a lot recently about the move for USC and UCLA to the Big Ten and how it's going to impact football. What we haven't spoken about a lot, and we're still trying to gather information, is how it's going to affect basketball. What we do know is the recruits who are considering USC and UCLA are taking it under consideration, and it's apparently a plus. Yeah, very much so. A guard who plays in Texas said he was already considering UCLA, for example, and the fact that they're going to the Big Ten makes it much more appealing. And there were a few other recruits who said the same doggone thing. Mentioned college football a half second ago. Do you remember highly touted running back Marquise Stepp from USC? Yeah, he got injured, like, say, 3 years ago, went into the transfer portal, transferred to Nebraska. Yeah, he's back in the portal. Problem is, you can only do that so many times. He actually has to sit out a year before he can run again. Not trying to be insulting to a young man like that, but got to figure out how you're handling your career, dude. Either that or hit the books. Learn engineering. I hear that's a good job. The Chargers have 2 players on a list compiled by CBS Sports. They listed the best offensive players aged 25 or younger. Chargers have 2. Justin Herbert, who last year passed for, or I should say during his 2-year career, has passed for 5,014 yards and for 38 touchdowns. And the left tackle who protects him, Rashawn Slater, who's already played in the Pro Bowl. So, team of the future? I don't doubt that argument. Fangraphs has made an attempt to explain what makes the Dodgers offense consistently tremendous. The reason I bring up Fangraphs is because, much like Wikipedia, they do ask for donations to keep their website up. If you believe this process, I suggest you go to the website, get a little bit more information about it, because I'm only going to give you the Cliff Notes version. Drop them a couple of bucks if you choose. So, they noticed an anomaly with the Dodgers offense as opposed to the rest of Major League Baseball. You would expect teams to crush pitches down the middle. The Yankees sure do. They're best in the league at it by doing these analytics mumbo jumbo. But the advanced statistics suggest that the Dodgers are terrible, absolutely terrible, at trying to control pitches thrown right down the middle of the plate. But the weird thing is, they're terrific at hitting off-speed pitches, breaking pitches, and they're the best team in baseball at hitting pitches that just barely touch the corner of the plate, which is very strange. But with this group, the idea, from what we understand, is that the Dodgers are tailoring this to hitters. You hear about how tough it is to strike out a Max Muncy. You hear about how tough it is to strike out a Will Smith, a Freddie Freeman, a Trey Turner. Could it be that their hot zone, for lack of a better term, is not pitches down the middle? Could it be that their hot zone is actually the corner of the plate? That is where they want their pitches. I don't know if the Fangraphs people are onto something. I can only give you a guess. It's a guess from what I've been reading, both about the players overall and this story. Now, my guess could be complete garbage. You could tell me. They tell pitchers to get ahead of the hitter, right? That's an old baseball axiom. To be aggressive. What is the most obvious way to be aggressive and get ahead of a hitter? Fastball, right down the pipe, right down the middle. Is it possible then that opposing pitchers think, oh my God, look at me, I'm getting ahead of the count with pitches straight down the middle, and then they decide to get cute and throw off-speed pitches, breaking pitches and pitches on the outside or the inside part of the plate. In other words, that the Dodgers are specifically attracting hitters who don't want their pitches in the middle of the plate. And when the breaking pitch starts to nibble at the corner, that the LA hitters are actually expecting it to go there, and that's exactly where they want their pitch to be. It's one thing to work a pitcher to try and pitch you a fastball down the middle. Are they actually trying to figure out how to force pitchers to throw off-speed pitches just a little bit off the corner? Very strange. But also, according to Fangraphs, very possible. But you tell me what you think. Now, if you enjoyed today's broadcast, don't forget to like and subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We broadcast LA sports every single day. Thank you very much for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corta El Queso production. Take care.